Hey everyone, this is Capricorn. Today I want to discuss, do Capricorns really have a hard time making connections? In general, Capricorns really don't have an issue when it comes to getting along with people and keeping and maintaining connections. But at the same time, we are not necessarily going out and seeking connections and trying to make new friends all of the time. Capricorns will much rather just keep to ourselves. But in this video, I do want to break down the possible reasons why Capricorns may have a hard time making those connections and seeking out certain connections. The first reason why Capricorn may have a hard time making connections is the fact that we are introverted by nature. One thing that you do have to understand about a Capricorn is that we are introverted by nature. And a lot of people throw this word around a lot, but when it comes to Capricorns and how we really feel at our core, we are introverted people. We are the type of people who keep to ourselves and just keep our thoughts and our innermost just feelings to ourselves. Capricorns are through and through introverts. Can we be outgoing? If we intentionally want to be extroverted and go out and have a good time, Capricorns can definitely do that. But for the most part, for the majority of the time, Capricorns are going to keep to ourselves and just be okay with our own company. We genuinely do not mind spending time with ourselves. And that is one thing that we will never have an issue with. We won't have an issue sitting in our own space, doing things that we love to do, picking up a new hobby, talking to the people that we already are comfortable with and the people that we love the most. Capricorns are not afraid to stick with the norm and stick to what we know. And it could be honestly a good thing, and it also can be a bad thing. But Capricorns, we're okay with just being ourselves and being with ourselves. And so that can make it hard to make connections because we're so used to our own space and used to doing things our way that we really don't want others coming in and disrupting what we have going on. But this is honestly one of the main things that I really appreciate about being a Capricorn and other Capricorns that I know. Like Capricorns, in my opinion, are very low maintenance friends and family. We don't have to always have that constant communication just to know that people love and care about us. And I do understand that some people crave attention from other people. And I don't want to say attention, but people crave interactions with people and conversations all of the time in order to feel secure. I do understand that. And to me, that's also a totally normal trait to have or a need to want from the people around you. That is definitely normal, but that's just not normal for many Capricorns. We are okay, like I said, with being ourselves and just being in our own space. So I will say that this part of ourselves is something that we like, but it's also can be a hindrance or make it difficult making those initial connections with other people. And we will always pick quantity over quality any day. So we're not just going out there trying to find anybody to make connections with or to have in our lives. So I will admit that this could be one of the major reasons why a Capricorns may have a hard time building connections. And the next reason why a Capricorn may have a hard time building connections is the fact that we are selective about who we let into our life. If you didn't know this, let me be the first to tell you. Capricorns are extremely cautious about everyone and everything at some point in our life. Capricorns, I'm sorry to say, are side-eyeing you at some point. Capricorns are just naturally suspicious, and this is not one of our better traits, but it's there and it keeps us out of trouble a lot of the time. However, it could definitely be a hindrance when it comes to building new connections. Capricorns are very skeptical people. We are always scoping the scene. We are always surveilling everything. We are very in tune with our surroundings and the people in our lives and just always trying to make sure that we are keeping ourselves safe as well as the people around us. And so, yeah, don't take this side of a Capricorn personal, but we are definitely highly suspicious people. So we just naturally approach our relationships with caution, and we approach new people with caution in general. We are always going to be on the lookout, and that it just is what it is. In our defense, Capricorns just really like to take our time when it comes to making new connections and making just new relationships, because to us, that will save us a lot of heartache in the long run. Being suspicious, being cautious will just save us a lot of tears and a lot of just unnecessary chaos in the long run by actually taking our time to get to know people and not rushing into things just because. And so, yes, Capricorns are very skeptical. We are always going to be scoping the scene just to make sure that you don't have any sneaky things up your sleeve. And it just is what it is. But I will admit that this is definitely one of the reasons why Capricorns may have a hard time making connections. And the last reason why Capricorns may have a hard time making connections is simply we prefer genuine connections. Building genuine, true connections take time. It's not going to happen overnight, and you just cannot build your bonds and your relationships off of just surface level things. Capricorns are looking deep down into your soul to see if you are even someone that we want to be around in the long run. We just don't want to waste our time building a superficial connection with anyone that is eventually just going to fade away over time. And so it is very imperative for us to decipher through all the BS just to get to the core of who you really are before we even let you into our space. We place such high value on our relationships and our connections, and we just refuse to waste our time lying to ourselves, just trying to mesh with anyone and trying to just let anyone into our lives just because we feel like it may be the right thing to do. Capricorns, if you didn't know this, also, we are not a Philly type of person. We are going to move based on our logic, not our feelings. And so Capricorns, if we don't logically think that you will be good in our lives, you won't be in our life. And so, yeah, we're not moving off feelings. We want to make genuine connections. And if we don't mesh well with someone, we are just simply not going to force that connection. And it is what it is. We will never force interactions with anyone or force relationships onto anyone. And so, yeah, this can definitely be a hindrance when it comes to Capricorns making connections. But this also is one of the better ways that a Capricorn is able to protect ourselves, by just taking our time to get to know people for who they really are and not just who they present at the beginning. Okay, so down below, do you feel like Capricorns have a hard time making connections? And if so, what are some of the reasons why you feel like, what are some of the things that can be blocking a Capricorn from making connections? And also, any other zodiac sign who is watching this video, is it hard for your sign to make connections? And what are some of the reasons why? I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this topic down below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and you'll be sure to hear from me soon. All right, bye-bye.
Tattooed on my tears, no, I swear that you won't catch me cry. Got no reasons left to rewind. I gave you my